we're in it 100% right now and looking for all the benefits and advantages it can give us.
I think the prevailing feeling from non-technical folks is that there's serious change coming, but they don't know how to make sense of it. So the approach I've taken is we are going to block everything by policy and then allow by exception. So just kind of taking, I don't want to call it a hard line stance, but I think in some people's eyes it is. So kind of setting the table with what AI is, and then giving little pieces of here's how we're going to start layering over this functionality in our organization. So making it very safe for people to understand, yes, this thing is out there, but we're going to choose the ways in which we're going to embrace it. You know, it's always been there, but now that everyone can get into it, we just need sort of an overall approach. And that's tracking very well with senior leadership. I think really the thing that we can be the best use of your knowledge in this case is to provide just that layer of security to let them know we have eyes on it. We don't completely understand it because it's no one can completely understand AI, but we do have a way to approach it. So
we started back about this time last year when it first came out, and our initial response was we blocked it until we could get some guidelines in place, and then we allowed through exception only, and then we built out some additional policies with it. And from there, in a very, very short time, we built in the infrastructure to where now we are encouraging all of our associates. We have in-house Bing plus ChatGPT 4 that's available to all of our associates to use. We encourage them to use it to help them to start their presentations, review documentation. One of the things I'm using it for right now is for all of the entitlement descriptions. I'm having it look at my entitlement descriptions within our tool to see how they could be better crafted, better written. And so there is a strong support from senior leadership on down. We're also looking at it very strategically. We think it's a game changer. Long story short, we're in it 100% right now and looking for all the benefits and advantages it can give us.
I want to go back to, the comments represent the AI chasm that we're dealing with of where people are in the adoption of the technology. I want to go to restrict and allow by exception. We're finding people have access to AI on their personal cell phones at home. What's the acceptance that you've seen to the policy of restrict? Has there been pushback? What's the sentiment in the organization when you do that? Because we're considering that as well.
I aligned with our CEO and COO to make sure that we had cover, from above, because we all know that if someone hears something that they don't like, they're going to go and see where they can go with it. But once I explained, really why we're going to do this and why, it does seem to be a hardline approach, they were very supportive. Knowing that we did have a policy in place so that people could petition to have an AI tool or something of that nature reviewed for approval to be put on our network. We know that people are going to access it on their phones and on their own personal devices, but to get anything on our network, we really want to make sure that it has been vetted. And one really hardline thing is no freemium versions of anything, because we know that, the devil's in the details. And if there's no product, then we're the product. So no freemium versions of anything. And then just, we'll see how it goes because the presentation's in a couple weeks. But from the conversations I've had, once they understand it, they're very supportive because they know what's on the other side of not putting these things into place.